no sugar diet has become so popular as people are looking for ways to become healthy. And I came across one such video a few months back and I thought I had to try it and share the experience with you. So I cut off sugar for 30 days straight. So what are we waiting for? Without further ado, let's begin. For me personally, I always knew that sugar was bad and the sciencey part of it, but it was a video by Dr. Eric Berg. I'll leave the video in the description box below. So that video really changed my perception. You know a lot of things, but when somebody tells you or explains to you in a way that is convincing and it appeals to your logical brain, then you feel like trying out things, and I did the same. I was a sugar addict. There was no day that I could manage without having sugar. Sugar was my ultimate go-to when it came to any emotional turmoil or any anxiety. When I didn't feel hungry but my mind was starving for some attention. Since then, I have read a lot about sugar and the effects and everything. This video is not about the sciencey or logical part that you can always explore on the internet. This video will be sharing my experience about the whole matter. But let me explain a little bit, few things about sugar in brief. So first of all, sugar is responsible for inflammation in your body, and there are tons of evidence for that. Receptors for these narcotic drugs which are there in your brain, sugar goes and binds and it lights up, it gives the same response as those drugs. So this is the reason why sugar is an addiction, and I'll tell you how to overcome that if you have a major sugar tooth. I know, being a sugar addict, how difficult it has been. Then it aids weight loss also, because wherever sugar is there, water molecules get attracted. So if you see my face a couple of weeks back, it was more rounder and now it's more trimmed down. Okay. Sugar also is responsible for loss in energy. For me personally, I had a family history of diabetes and heart diseases. So this was one of the initiatives that I had to take to kind of circumvent those changes. There's one thing that I would like to share before we go into how my personal experience has been. If you are planning on leaving sugar, don't do it gradually. My initial plan was, I cannot stay without tea, and if I have tea, I need sugar in the tea. So I'll keep tea as a default thing, and rest all sugary stuff I'll cut off. I tried doing this 1 month before this experiment. It failed miserably. So if you are cutting sugar, cut it completely. Let's take an example of smoking. If you are smoking one cigarette, there is a tendency to smoke more cigarettes. But if you have never been smoking, then the tendency for you to smoke is less. Do you understand the logic? If you want to curb sugar cravings, then do it all at once. Give yourself 3 days, okay? And I promise you won't feel the need to go back to sugar. Now that I've finished this experiment, I just had some sugary things, and the high that it used to give me earlier, it is no longer giving me. In fact, I get more anxious and there are more this unpleasant feelings that I get. And I'm sure in future time, I'm going to completely ban it out of my life once and forever. But as far as this experiment is concerned, let's see what my personal experience was. The first thing that I experienced was more clarity. And when I mean more clarity, it does not mean more clarity with respect to vision, clarity with respect to thoughts and your thinking. My words may not do justice, but you have to experience this to understand it. So if you don't want to go for 30 days, I encourage you to go for a 7 days sugar fast and see if it makes an impact. If it doesn't, you can go back to your old lifestyle. I could make decisions more clearly, I used to have sometimes this brain fog. Sometimes you know that you have to do things but you cannot do it, and that kind of disappeared. My energy levels increased tremendously. Earlier, I had this steep slump in energy when it came to afternoon lunch. Usually, whenever you have lunch, you feel drowsy and all that. But this month, I could just start my work soon after lunch. I did not feel the kind of energy drain that I used to feel earlier. And for me, that is a huge achievement. So decrease in anxiety is one of the things that I experienced. The kind of overwhelming emotions that I used to experience as a sensitive person, it didn't bother me that much during this period. And even if it came, I could manage it well. My menstrual cycle became more regular. What is the connection between these two? I don't know. I have not researched, but these are the things that I've experienced. Weight decreased drastically. Some of you might notice, but still it will become more prominent as I continue this. Overall, it led to a lot of healing. I had these allergy problems, rashes problems, so that went away completely. I did not get any kind of skin allergies or anything during this period, and I'm a person who is prone to allergies. My vision improved. If the blood sugar is high, it has some form of effect on the vision as well. So since that reduced, it helped me a lot, and I could see better. The clarity was there. I never thought I could go on without sugar even for more than a day. If I can do it, so can you. I encourage you to try it. You need not leave out sugar for your entire life. You can have it whenever there is occasion or anything, but I think it's best to experience these benefits yourself and then make a decision instead of doing it out of any kind of fear mentality. So see you till the next video.